Rolling Stone has an article out that's talking about Barbie's yay feminism success. They're pretending like this is a mandate to talk about women's issues and things like that. Like that's what people want. People actually want entertainment. And if you look at the way that Barbie was marketed with its bright colors, its like sarcastic, cheesy action, that's what sold Barbie as a movie to people. That's why people went out and saw it. They didn't go out to talk about feminist issues. They didn't go out to talk about the real women's struggles. That would not have been fun. And of course, like they masked that as much as possible during the movie, just trying to like hide that in subtext of messages. And that's why it actually did very well. So, of course, they're saying that Hollywood's taking the wrong thing out of this. They are taking the wrong thing out of this, but not in the way that they're saying. Here's what they said. This is what Randall Park says. Hollywood takes the wrong lessons from successful films. For example, Barbie is a massive blockbuster, and the idea is to make more movies about toys. No, make more money movies by and about women. Well, that's the bad takeaway, too. Both of these takeaways are not correct takeaways. As they're going to find out, they've licensed like 45 Mattel movies, including Polly Pocket and Monopoly at this point. These movies are going to go the way of Haunted Mansion. You might have something cool with Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean, like as a ride, has a neat little story in and of itself. But when you get into Haunted Mansion, yeah, there's some story elements to that ride in Disneyland, but like it really doesn't have characters. It really doesn't have something going on that you can draw upon. Of course, Pirates of the Caribbean was very successful because of Johnny Depp and what Johnny Depp brought to the role of Captain Jack Sparrow all the way around, too. It was a perfect storm of marketing. It was a perfect storm of something that was cool, something that wasn't really seen in a pirate movie before. And so it's something that's out there that like didn't have an allegory that you could then draw on. And of course, Haunted Mansion has failed both times they've attempted to do it. Gosh, I think they even did a Space Mountain or something like that, or maybe they did a graphic novel or something like that. You might have not heard of it. Of course, these things just don't work. You can't just take every brand and do that. It requires a perfect storm. That's exactly what happened with Barbie. Barbie had this sort of thing. All these people from boomers to like little Zoomer girls now had Barbies growing up, and it is a perfect storm of just like fond, nostalgic memories that they could draw upon when you did this sort of thing. When they all talk about Dr. Barbie or the Ken Beach playset, they're all laughing and giggling about that. It's not about the real women's struggles involved in the movie. They could care less about that. This is an entertainment film. It's not something that's deep. It's not something that's introspective. It's Barbie, after all, for crying out loud. So, yes, the takeaway that like making more toy films is 100% wrong. They are going to fail. Nobody's going to be as interested in them as they are about Barbie. The star power of Ryan Gosling, the star power of Margot Robbie does matter to this film too, and they're not going to be able to get away with this as they put different things in with different actors also. So that's going to be the case there. But this take that like feminism is it, the future is female, you need more female directors is nonsense. It doesn't matter. Like nobody cares who's directing something behind a film. Nobody cares about the identity of somebody like behind the camera there. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It never has been something that mattered. They try this within comics. They're like, oh, only marginalized people can write marginalized stories. And of course, it creates marginalized nonsense and then people that don't buy books. That's exactly what they'll do in the films as well if they go down this route. And you know they are going to go down this route because it is Hollywood, and Hollywood is the most woke cesspool out there. So Rolling Stone is irrelevant as ever. They have the dumbest take ever, and that's exactly why their magazine really doesn't elicit any kind of response from anybody anymore. It's amazing that I picked this up at all. But gosh, yes, don't make toy movies on repeat. It's going to be stupid. And of course, don't make feminist movies on repeat. It's going to be stupid. That's the takeaway here. Focus on fun, focus on entertainment, Hollywood, and you'll do well. It's how it goes, but they're not going to learn that lesson. We know that. We'll be back soon.